Shenhe is out by now, and let's talk about Adepti. Hi, I'm Megaman. Yes, I know Shinhei is not an Adeptus, but well, she is adapted and trained under an Adepti, so she is technically kind of Adepti. I'm doing a series about how strong individual powers of Genshin are, but I am not so sure this will fall specifically into that category, cause today's video is more about origins and correlations rather than power scaling stuff. That one I'll do sometime later after I do my delusions potential video. Unlike my last video, this one will be much shorter because of IRL stuff. So hit that like and subscribe buttons if you enjoy these kinds of content. I'm aiming to reach 1000 subscribers before this April. Okay, let's jump in. Who are Adepti? Adepti are beings that have reached spiritual immortality and have heightened physical prowess. Most if not all of them have animal or mythical beast characteristics. Like if you look at all the Adepti that we have seen so far, every single one has a beast form or based off of a beast. Cloud Retainer and Mountain Shaper are both birds or cranes. In Chinese mythology, cranes are birds that heavily emphasize to have different enhancements. Mooncarver and Skybracer are deers, but there is no exact counterpart in Chinese myths. Instead, there is an animal called the Fuzu, but it has 4 horns and a fur coat that is white, which the 2 Adepti doesn't have. Ganyu is a half Qilin, which is a mythical creature with a head of a dragon, antlers of a deer, skin and scales of a fish, hooves of an ox, and a tail of a lion. But as depicted in Machosius' teaser, Qilin in Genshin are more like an ethereal being made out of clouds. Then there are Adepti gods like Rexlapus, who is a mountain dragon as shown in his Exuvia and every cutscene about ancient Liyue before he was crowned as a Geo Archon. And Machosius was a red panda? Other than that, Yanfei also has a deer-like features, so her father might also be an Adeptus, mythical creature like Mooncarver and Skybracer. Although in English translation, Adepti are always called Adepti or Adeptus for singular, in the original Chinese, they are addressed in 4 different ways in different scenarios. Xian is the general word used for Adepti who has awakened the third eye, or who has attained spiritual immortality. Then there is Xianren, which is a name given to the illuminated Adepti who follow Rexlapus. Then Xianshou refers to specifically illuminated beasts like Qilin or any other animal like Adepti. And Xianjia is used when referring to a clan of Adepti. Let's talk about what this illumination or third eye is. In cultures like Buddhism and Hinduism, the third eye is considered divine eye or Dhyasa. When translated, says heaven's eye. But in actuality, it's someone's mind's eye, not specifically an eye that in your forehead or an eye in the heaven. When someone attains a specific state of mind by cultivating or meditating, they can attain this third eye. This is not specifically enlightenment, but rather a state before that. This allows the user to read minds, telepathy, see things that are invisible to the naked eye, and in some cases, see into the future. Basically, a Sharingan in steroids. With the third eye, but not directly connected, comes a specific set of skills called Irdi, which allows the user to do a bunch of things, including elemental control. Most of these powers are directly shown by Adepti, like the gifting of dreams and visions, an ability which was used by Rexlapus to show the Liyue Qixing he is not dead but retired. This ability is a combination of reading minds and telepathy. Rexlapus prophesies trade every year during the Riot of Dissension. This is also an ability of the third eye, where the future is visible to some extent. And other abilities like the elemental control without a vision is possible through Irdi. For example, Buddha, who can use Irdi, emitted both fire and water through his nostrils to show dominance to the ancient people of Sri Lanka. Even abilities like Dream Troller are possible through these powers. In Chi-Chi's story, she died due to getting caught up in the crossfire of Adepti and demons. These demons are not the same as the mutated monsters made by the gods' dead remains. These demons are most likely to be the demons in Chinese mythology known as Wang Liang and other similar creatures. There is no one came from hell and the other came from Celestia here. Both are Adepti, but one's intentions are evil, so considered demon beasts, and the other has noble intentions, making them the Adepti we know. Now if we move our focus to the Yaksha, they are also a clan of Adepti or Xiangjia as we discussed before. During the Archon War, the Yaksha clan was enslaved by a god to fight against other gods, but eventually Rex Lapis freed them. Because of this, they swore loyalty to Rex Lapis. There is a lot of BS exaggerating how strong Yaksha are, but in reality, most of those claims are just exaggerations and nothing more. If you listen to the NPCs who says these claims, even they are unaware of the truth and blindly follows the Adepti. I'm not saying they are weak, but when it comes to the immortal beings in Liyue, Yaksha are at the most bottom. I will touch on their power levels during the later video. Now, let me tell you a story. In my country, ancient Sri Lanka, a long time ago, a clan named Yaksha controlled the country until another clan called Deva came from India, supported a faction that broke off from the Yakshas and stated their leader as the king, as the Deva's puppet. But with time, a child named Ravana was born from the Yaksha mother and a priest father. Ravana then chased the Deva from the country and united the country and became the king. And with him, the Raksha clan was originated. So in Chinese, Xiao's name translates to golden winged great Peng, which is based on an eagle Yaksha named Garuda, the king of birds from Buddhism and Hinduism mythologies, which has its origin in the story I said before. Garuda is in some places considered the vehicle of the god Vishnu, and in some places the mortal enemy of Nagaraksha, which is from the Naga clan, which is allied with the Rakshas to overthrow Deva. But in a later time, Rama, the vessel of Vishnu, is said to have killed Ravana. But I press X to doubt that. Somehow, with interactions between the two countries, at a later time, Deva myths got entangled with the Yaksha myths, and somehow Garuda ended up being a part of Sri Lankan culture. You see, I uploaded an image in my community post about a week ago, and that mask that depicted Garuda in our culture basically is the origin of Xiao's mask. In the legend of Ravana, he was the ruler of the entire earth and even had connection with the other worlds in the universe. With that, the Yaksha clan was also spread out through the world. This is where the Yaksha's true origin came from in real myths. Fun fact about my avatar. There are few Yaksha and Raksha masks in our culture, and the mask my avatar has is a cropped down and modified version of the mask known as Gini Raksha. So basically, Raksha is the superior and the newer version of Yaksha. Sorry Xiao, you are inferior. And in some cases of history, a different kind of Yaksha, the mischievous kind, was enslaved by Buddhist monks to do guard duties for temples. This might have translated into the game in the form of the Yaksha being enslaved by the evil god in the Archon War. Now if we turn back our attention to Adepti as a whole, some say Adepti came down from Celestia and goes back to Celestia after their death. But if you think like that, you are wrong. There is no solid evidence that says that is the case, that they came down from Celestia. No, there is no law revolving around Celestia that indicates like that. Yes, I read the wiki and surprise, they took the info from this dude who is also guessing things. Just because it says Guhua became a star after his death doesn't mean everyone ascends to Celestia after death naturally. Adepti came down to the mortal realm from their own realm according to Guizhang's backstory. With that note, I end my observations on the Adepti. I'm just stating a myth that most of you might not know, and maybe to give my small island nation with thousands of years of history and legends some exposure. But hey, this is not a theory, but just some lore drops from a random dude on the internet. If you like the history lesson, hit the like button, and why not hit the subscribe button too, and check out my other theories. As always, Thanks for watching, and until next time, let your imaginations run wild.